Well, it is likely to be a tense meeting today between some students at CNM and the administration. At issue is the latest issue of the campus newspaper that has stirred up a lot of controversy. Matt is here to explain. Matt, what is this all about exactly?
All right, here you go. Elizabeth says it right on the front. It's about sex. Basically, the whole newspaper here is devoted to it. Everything you always wanted to know about sex, but we can't really talk about on television this early in the morning. And like it or not, you're actually paying for this. Now, if you're looking to see what the hubbub is all about, you're actually going to have a hard time because CNM's administration pulled the issue, telling us it is inappropriate and offensive, and the school is shelving the newspaper until it can figure out a way to properly train and supervise the journalists. That is a quote there. CNM does not have a journalism program, but the students who work at the Chronicle are all part of a federal work-study program. That is where the government uses your tax money to pay them and pay for the paper. And it's what CNM says the reason why it has the right to shut the paper down. Now, as you might expect, students here completely disagree with CNM and say the sex issue is all just a matter of free speech.
It was kind of a joke that someone would be mad about this, pulling their hair out, gray hairs, whatnot, but I didn't think it was going to be serious.
All right, the Daily Lobo is taking this seriously as well. Overnight, it said it is going to stop printing papers until the Chronicle is back in print. In fact, here's what the editor of the Daily Lobo wrote. It goes without saying that this violates a student's rights to freedom of free speech and freedom of the press. Of course, we'll let you know what happens with this a little bit later today. A Monzano High School's drill team got kicked to the curb for the rest of the school year, sacked by the school district for what police call hazing. The girls on the team left disturbing voicemails at two Catholic schools, St. Pius and Queen of Heaven, according to police. They also say the girls had a hazing to-do list, which included throwing eggs at a prostitute and robbing a drive-through restaurant even. Investigators say 10 girls on the team actually did damage a business parking lot. Their classmates were shocked when they heard about this.
I think that it was really immature of them to be doing stuff like that. Like, how old are we? You know what I mean? Like, prank calling, that's so middle school. I just think it was really immature, and as Monarchs, we're better than that.
Most of the girls were suspended for 5 days and must perform community service. The two police say left the voicemails may be suspended for even longer, and all of them could face misdemeanor criminal charges.
And this has become a big talker. Today, the Santa Fe City Council will hold its regular meeting to discuss issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples. This comes after the recent discussions that gay marriage may already be legal in New Mexico. The meeting is at 5 this afternoon at the City Council chambers. That's over at 200 Lincoln Avenue in Santa Fe. And today, the U.S. Supreme Court takes on the Defense of Marriage Act. The legislation prevents same-sex spouses from receiving federal benefits. Court observers say justices seem reluctant to approach the subject of marriage equality. Yesterday, the Supreme Court heard arguments on California's Proposition 8, which bans gay marriage in that state.
It should now be easier for folks in New Mexico who are mentally ill to get help faster. Yesterday, Governor Martinez signed a bill giving social workers and other health professionals the power to identify a person as a danger. Right now, only doctors and psychologists can do that. The hope is that the mentally ill will be able to get treated quicker than in the past and then prevent them from hurting themselves or others.
And Governor Martinez also signed 3 bills that will help New Mexico's military veterans and their families. One will end the lengthy process it usually takes for military families to be recertified in certain professions like the medical field after moving into New Mexico. She signed a second measure that allows soldiers who are deployed to suspend utilities without being required to pay a reconnection fee when they come home.
These are fees that, because your country is calling on you, that you should not have to endure these kinds of inconveniences or costs.
A third bill creates a scholarship fund for war veterans. 6 veterans are laid to rest with full military honors. Governor Martinez called the men heroes in their eulogies. Now, some of the veterans who were remembered had been homeless. One of them had been waiting 23 years for a resting place. After county officials were unable to find the families of the 6 men, the New Mexico Department of Veterans Services took possession of the remains to finally get them the burials they so deserved.
What we've done as a state is we've stepped up and said we will make sure they are provided a proper burial and that we become their family.
Some of the funeral homes cremated the veterans for free. Costs were also picked up by the Department of Veterans Services.
A bill sitting on Governor Susana Martinez's desk could help catch child abuse early and even prevent it. That's what a lot of police officers say, and in just a few hours are going to meet to urge the governor to go ahead and sign this bill. It provides for more home visits and early education programs for kids who are at risk. Officers are also going to release a new Fight Crime Invest in Kids report that is called Breaking the Cycle. And a new and improved community health center is officially opening in Albuquerque this afternoon. It's at the Bernalillo County Community Health Center near Carlisle and Manal. It was just renovated. It'll also be home to the La Familia. It's a nonprofit group that helps with foster families and adoption. The ribbon cutting is at 1 o'clock. You're welcome to go ahead and check that out.